Alright folks, good morning. Welcome to the wonderful world of Vandenberg rocket launches. We're up here on Harris grade this morning because, oh shit. Okay, we're good. Why? Hang on a second folks, I messed up the tripod. What else is new? That's booster 1097 way out there. The lights in the center of the screen, those are actually Slick 3. The little white dot just off right center, that is actually booster 1097 on the launch pad, waiting for its 5th mission. I think this may be its 2nd landing. I forgot my landing sheet at home, but that's fine. This is kind of a rideshare mission, even though it's not officially labeled a rideshare mission. It's something like 40 small satellites going up on this booster. And it's dead. I'm up here on Harris grade in my normal parking spot, and it's dead. There's not that very many people up here. Thank you, R. Franco, for tuning in. I hope you're staying warm, because it's actually not that cold out here. I'm all bundled up, but I don't think I needed the sweatshirt or the jacket, one of the two. But yeah, we're kind of dead up here on Harris grade right now. The lower parking area, I'm not going to say it's full, but there is cars there. Excuse me, there's 3 cars up here at the upper level. My favorite, because you get kind of a different angle from up here. We still got 13 minutes to go till launch, which is kind of cool. We got our 2nd launch of the year, the 2nd landing of the year. I haven't heard anything about a 2nd drone ship. I don't know how we're supposed to hit 100 launches with only 1 drone ship, because I think we're only approved for 10 return to senders. I don't remember, but I think it's 10. But yeah, here we wait for booster 1097's 5th mission, 2nd mission of 2026, 2nd mission of January, 2nd return to sender of the year. That, like, if anybody's old enough to remember Chick Hearn, that's like one of the Chick Hearn sayings. Actually, Ben Scully used to have a twos also. It's been 9 days since our last launch. 1097 last flew, or has flew, Sentinel 6B and 3 Starlink missions. Something that I found a little bit interesting, because we're going to have 2 back-to-back landings. I was looking at the times, right? Like, I didn't write them all down, but essentially the times for the burns of the rocket are essentially the same until you get to boost back and landing and all that. So main engine cutoff, max Q happens 1 minute and 12 seconds into launch. The main engine cutoff happens about 2:15 into the launch. And boost back burn. Boost back burn on the January 2nd launch was at 2:31. Today, it's going to be at 2:32. Re-entry burn Re-entering burn today begins at 6:08. On the 2nd, it started at 6:37. The landing burn starts today at 7 minutes and 53 seconds. Wait, no, today it starts at 7 minutes and 16 seconds. On the 2nd, it was 7 minutes and 53 seconds. And landing is scheduled for 7:34 tonight. And on the 2nd, it was at 8 minutes and 23 seconds. So almost a full minute difference of when this rocket is going to land in comparison to when the second landed. So, is it going higher? Is it going further? I wonder what constitutes the difference of a full minute. Hot chocolate. No, I'm an adult. I'll drink coffee. And I know my wife's still probably asleep, but babe, if you look to the right side of the screen, you can kind of see the red blinky light we always talk about. So yeah, it blinks no matter what. See, look at these idiots behind me are just making U-turns on this blind turn. That's not very smart. Even though it's nighttime, you'll be able to see cars coming down the road, headlights coming down the road. So, you know, there is that. You can see if there's oncoming. Town is closed at Floridale. Again, they are not letting people, unless you live out there or you have some business out there, they are not letting people west of Floridale. 8 minutes to go. 8 minutes. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, tell a friend, all that good stuff. Let people know about Vandenberg rocket launches. Oh, where are we looking at? So, down, over. Let's find out. Blinky, blinky. Okay. So, you guys kind of see that blinky shit above the lights? That's the road closure. I believe that's Floridale and Central. I do not think that's Ocean. But yeah, you could see the road closure way down there. The police lights from the road closure. 7 minutes to go. Let's go back that way. We had a lot of views. The last return to sender was at a perfect time. We got submissions, pictures over on the Facebook page from Texas, Colorado, Utah, southern Utah, all over Arizona. It was kind of cool. Where's that one at? I guess I left that one at home too. But we are down to a few more minutes to go, folks. About 6 minutes, 6.5 minutes. You guys won't be able to see it. But in the next few minutes, we should be able to see the first venting action going on. Or not the first, but autofocus off. All right. But it is going to be a beautiful night for a launch. It's nice and clear tonight, folks. Let's go up to the moon real quick. So while we got a few more minutes. The moon, boss. The moon. It's funny. Last launch, it was noisy. Well, I missed it up here. I was down there in the fields. But you could tell how packed it was. Today, not so much. I think I kind of see some venting going on. I can't really tell. We need a few more pad lights so we could see a little bit better. And somebody did post over on the Facebook page that there will not be a jellyfish effect this morning. I don't know. I think there will still be one. We're going to be within the sweet spot of sunrise or sunset to get a jellyfish effect, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, I think I see some venting going on now. Why does it keep doing that? Oh, yeah. That's kind of why the ISO's turned down. All right, folks. Welcome to Vandenberg Rocket Launches. Thanks for tuning in for our second launch of the year, a Booster 1097. We're waiting here atop of Harris Grade. It is, I'm not going to say it's filling up by any means. There's only 5 vehicles up here at the upper viewing area at Harris Grade. There's probably a dozen or so down at the big one, at the big turnout. I don't know. I like coming up here because you're up a little bit higher and you're at a little bit more of an angle. So if you're photographing the launch, you get a better view. There's, I don't know, no wind, hardly any wind this morning. So you won't be able to see very much of the venting because there's no stream going off to the side of the rocket, which is an interesting thing because usually there's some sort of breeze so you can see the venting being pushed away from the rocket. Not this morning. Down to 2 minutes, folks. 2 minutes. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment where you're watching from. We had people watching from all over the western United States with their own eyes, not on the YouTube channel, not on the Facebook page, but with their own eyes. Big Bend State Park in Texas. Where's the other one? Hang on, let me get to that card. Bryan Head, Utah, St. George, Utah, Southern Colorado. There was a whole bunch of, oh, there's a big vent right there. There was a whole bunch of news stations in Utah that had pictures of the launch, which is not surprising. Let's get back to the main page. So today's mission is the Twilight mission. It's essentially a small sat ride share, but they're not calling it bandwagon or transporter only because this is going in a sun synchronous orbit. It's going to be right on the edge of the daytime nighttime line. Down to a minute to go, so we should be getting another venting here any minute. In the next 15-20 seconds we get the 30-second vent where they chill everything out. Everybody's listening to the live stream over on Spacex a few feet away. So if we get a scrub, we'll be able to hear it. Down to about 20 seconds. You can hear the owl. All right, folks. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Booster 1097. Second launch of the year. The rumble takes a second to get here. Any second now. And don't forget, this is a return descender. There's the rumble. So if you're here close recording it, you have to wait for the sonic booms. What do we got? Max Q. If you're ever here watching it, the little streamer behind the rocket. Oh, sorry, folks. I get stuck watching it with my own two eyes. I'm not gonna say it sucks looking through the screens, but it's better watching it with your eyes. All right. I'm looking for 212. This one's going to throw me off because landing's a minute sooner. The burns are about 30 to 45 seconds sooner than normal. So timing's going to throw me off a little bit. Main engine cutoff, stage separation, second stage ignition. Where is it? There it is. That took it a little longer than normal. Oh, here we go. Oh, see what you guys miss when you don't come out here and watch it? Jellyfish effect. That is the most insane shit I've ever seen. Okay. So the dot on top is the second stage, and the dot on the bottom is the first stage. Well, I've lost it on the camera because I got my ISO set a little too low, but that's fine. The lower dot should be going out, and if, oh no, man, I messed it again. It was the upper dot. All right, so now we got about 3 minutes until re-entry burn. And there goes second stage downrange. The moon's kind of drowning the light of the rocket going, or the second stage going downrange. But once again, if you're ever able to come here, go to Florida, it doesn't really matter. If you're able to go somewhere to watch a rocket, it's worth it. Even if it is at 5 o'clock in the morning. And then everybody in Lompok's gonna bitch about the noise. Oh, It's too loud. No, what's going to be too loud is if they bring Super Heavy here or Starship here. I think they just need to bring crewed missions out here. Wednesday morning, the capsule is supposed to be released from the International Space Station and plopped down off of Camp Pendleton, which means it flies right over our head here. So instead of trucking it all the way back to Florida, they need to just bring it here. All right. Since second stage is almost invisible, you guys get a look at town and the horizon while I keep my eyes peeled for re-entry burn. We got about, I don't know, maybe another 30 seconds to a minute to wait. There's the pad way off over there in the distance. I'm waiting to see the flicker of ignition. Yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, share. There it is. Oh, come on. If you're going to woohoo, woohoo. That sounded weak. Well, that seemed kind of quick to be re-entry burn. Those usually last a little longer. Interesting. The live stream that the person's listening to sounded like everything was a go. So now we got another minute until we have landing burn. Now, look at re-entry was over there, over that part, and the landing burn is going to happen over there. So you could tell how much is going to move. That was quick. I wasn't expecting that. Why is it doing that? Don't forget, right around now is when the sonic booms happen, but you gotta wait for them to get here. Come on, woo-hoo if you're gonna woo. If you're gonna woo, do it. Woo! Like, there you go. See? Make it worthwhile. Jesus. 5 o'clock in the morning. Almost 6 now. And wait, you gotta wait. Gotta wait. And right. So if you go back to the January 2nd video, you could hear the difference between the sonic booms from being up here on Harris Grade to being down in the valley. That wasn't even that loud of a boom today. Well, I'm up here, so that's the difference.
It's pretty different.
Yeah, good enough. All right, folks. We're shutting off the Z50, but we're not stopping the live stream. We'll pan over this way so you guys can kind of see the hot mess again up here on Harris Grade. Everything on the left side of the screen is the road. That's town down there. Thanks for tuning in and watching the 5th launch for Booster 1097. The 2nd launch of the month of January, the 2nd launch of 2026, and the 2nd return to sender. Deuces wild. Didn't get a great jellyfish effect, but good enough. Good enough to be impressive. See, look. See, look. This is what I mean, folks. That guy. He's making a U-turn right there with this car coming right here. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Don't make a U-turn on this blind corner. Either go up to the top of the road and turn around, or if you're parked here, just go down the road and turn around. It's not that hard. Woo. Once again, thanks for tuning in to Vandenberg Rocket Launches. Like, subscribe, share, tell a friend. Leave a comment where you're watching from. I got a feeling points east of here probably got a good view. That's another car that just came across the double yellow lines. Man. Surprisingly a low turnout today. I'm kind of not surprised. It's 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock now. Or almost 6 o'clock. An unusual 7 minutes and 30 seconds after launch we had our landing, not 8 minutes and 30 seconds. Excuse me. Hang on, let me put the carpet down. And I missed it, but you can't see my finger, but down there in the darkness, if you've been watching for a minute, as you can see, there is no blinking lights down there in the field, which means the sheriffs have already left. They boogie out as soon as, if it's a drone ship landing, they boogie out as soon as it lifts off. On return to senders, they have to wait until it lands. I must have something on the lens for it to look that bad. But it's not. Oh, look at this idiot's gonna do it too. Man. I don't get it, folks. At least it's not busy. Last week it was busy. It was crazy. It was nuts up here. I'm glad they moved it back a half hour. I had an emergency call for work yesterday. Some genius decided to put hot coal in a plastic trash can. Lit it on fire. We got more blinky lights. Somebody else is going to be leaving. All right, folks. Most cars have left already. There's still like one or two up here where I'm at. The lower one looks pretty cleared out now. But thanks for joining us on Vandenberg Rocket Launches for the second launch of the year, the second return to sender, the fifth launch for Booster 1097 of the Twilight mission. A bunch of small sat ride shares that went up. And these have a specific location they're going to right on the, I forgot what the exact name of it, where the light and dark line is on the Earth. Most of these, all of these satellites are going to be right along there. But if you're lucky and you're on the Facebook, or obviously you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching this live right now, I am going to make my way out to base real quick. Probably get a picture of it on the pad. It kind of looks hazy though, so it may not be worth it. And there's no wind, so it's not going to blow the haze out, but who cares? Don't forget to hit that like button and that subscribe button. You might want to turn notifications on so you know when I go live. This isn't a scheduled thing. It all depends on when the rockets launch. I do not know when the next one is, but if we're going for 100 this year, I would assume it's within the next to 10 days. That seems to be the sweet spot, unless there's some nonsense that goes on. But until next time, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And we'll see you next time. See ya!